Alright, welcome back to the Southern Islands. You are now watching the Ultra Ball League Swiss rounds happening at the Punggol event. This was actually the last Ultra Ball League that we just recently concluded about less than a week or 2 weeks ago. And in this Ultra Ball League, the difference with the previous ones and the future ones is that this will be the last Ultra Ball League that players can use cards from the F regulation. Alright, which means I believe it's up to Astral Radiance. So if you have Pokemons with the V or V Star cards or Radiant Pokemons, after this event, they're officially not playable in an official sense. So I'm sure many players have had memories of their favorite V Star and V Pokemon, like myself. I like the Radiant Greninja and the Palkia V Star, but you know what? Enough about me, let's get back to the action on screen. We have Matthew on the top half of the screen playing the Dragapult EX, a very strong contender. Some could even say the best deck in format right now. And on the other hand, we have Dave on the bottom half of the screen playing a Singapore favorite, the Charizard EX. Unfortunately for Dave, history shows that the meta swings more towards Dragapult in this matchup, because if there are no Charmers on the bench with the Phantom Dive, it's really hard for the Charizard to come back with the Burning Darkness. Granted, it has a very strong firepower, but you know what? Without further ado, let's begin. Alright, we begin with Matthew taking his first turn. He places the Rotom onto the bench, attaches the Fire Energy, uses the Instant Charge to draw 3 cards. One of the very powerful skills that every Dragapult player would love to have. Just get extra cards for the next turn to buy some time. And over here we have Dave playing the Duskull onto the bench, and now immediately using Arven. A very strong, a very standard typical Charizard play that you want to see in your first turn, because if you can get enough energy out and enough Charizards first and Pidgeots, that Dragapult might amount to nothing. So of course, getting the Buddy Puffin, getting the evolution, touching the Fire Energy, and evolving the Charmander and the Pidgey to the Charmeleon and the Pidgeot. A very, in all sense of the word, a very good first turn for Dave right now. And now the action's gone back to Matthew using the Buddy Puffin. Obviously, again, in this situation, Matthew will also love to flood his bench with the Dreepies, with the Duskulls, or if he wants to mess a little bit with Dave, he can put the Bidoof actually, because if Dave does not have Charizard or Pidgeot in hand and he needs to Ultra Ball to get the Pidgeot or the Charizard, it's going to be a bit difficult for him to fight back in this situation. So let's see what Matthew would take. And of course, he would take 1 Bidoof and 1 Duskull. And following up, very big hand over here. Uses the Lance, obviously getting him more Dreepies, more Dracloaks. So he chooses to get 1 Dreepy and 2 Dracloaks. Immediately evolving the Dracloak in the Dreepy to the active. Shuffling the deck. The strong thing about this deck is, item lock or not, with enough Dracloaks on the field, the Recon Directive gets you more cards in the hand. So even if they have no Rotom, they can see cards so fast even with the item lock in play. So honestly, Bidoof really doesn't do much against a Dracloak, a Dracloak engine deck. So immediately attaching the Rescue Bot, giving the Dracloak 0 retreat, and then using the Recon Directive. I wouldn't say that tough of a choice for him to play right now. Gets the Nest Ball, I believe, puts a second Duskull to the bench, because once the shenanigans happen, it's gonna go pretty bad for Dave. So now he uses the Itchy Pollen, preventing Dave from using any items right now. But Dave already has a Dusclops and a Pidgeot in hand and a Charizard in hand. So Infernal Rain getting the energies on the board, all the shenanigans, and what can Matthew do to stop him right now? So unfortunately, while Matthew had a pretty good start, Dave had everything in his hand from the first turn. So choosing to get 2 Fire Energies, and then now using the Pidgeot's Quick Search, which lets you take any 1 card from the deck to play your turn, because if you have no supporters in the hand, Pidgeot can fix that, getting the Iono, and with a 6 card hand, obviously from 2 it goes to 6. But for Matthew, with such a big hand right now, it brings him down to 6. Not the best choice, but perhaps maybe it actually gives Matthew more cards to work around with the following turn. So now he chooses to get the heavy ball. He rescues the Charmander from the prize, putting it in the bench. And now, with all the shenanigans just waiting to happen right now, he brings the Charizard to the active and uses the Burning Darkness to stop it right there and then. Alright, now takes the first prize, and now we're going back to Matthew taking his third turn of the game, thinking what is the best play to do right now. So obviously, try to get more cards in the hand using the Recon Directive. Right now, if I was Matthew, I want to get a Dragon Ball ASAP, because if he does a Burning Darkness and the Dusclops Curse Blast, there's no coming back from this situation. Thankfully for the Dragon Ball player though, for Matthew, the Dusclops isn't really much of a threat, because Dusclops cannot destroy Dusclops with only 5 damage counters. But on the other hand, if Dave gets the Dusknoir, the situation could change entirely. But thankfully for him, he gets a counter catcher and I believe the Sparkling Crystal with the Arven. So getting the once again the Dusclops engine, the shenanigans, using the get all the cards into play. He chooses to use the Lost Vacuum to throw away the Rescue Bot, so that the Dragapult can actually use the Sparkling Crystal, because it seems that Matthew, unfortunately, does not have any energy in the hand to attack right now. So, if that's the best play, then so be it. Chooses to use the Phantom Dive. Oh, he chooses to get the Pheasantipity instead, putting 5 damage counters on the Duskull, and then using Phantom Dive to clear both into play. So right now, it's a pretty good situation for Matthew, getting 3 prizes in one turn. But unfortunately for him, Dave also is right now to 4, because if he can get 2 more prizes, the game might be pretty much over here. But, Dragapult, it's good, but Dave still has the Pidgeot, so he can get any one card from the deck to strike back at Matthew. So right now the key for him is to how much can he do to maximize the damage output for the Charizard to get the knockout next turn. So obviously attaching the Defiance Band to the Charizard and using the Pidgeot, Pidgeot's engine to take any one card. He seems to be eyeing the Unfair Stem over here. He chooses to get the Unfair Stem, instead opting not to use a supporter for the turn. He gets the Counter Catcher, he brings the Rotom to the active using the Unfair Stem, because you can only use the Unfair Stem if your opponent knocked out your Pokemon in the previous turn. So your opponent and you shuffle your hand into the deck, and for yourself you draw 5 cards, whereas for Matthew he only sees 2 cards, which means that he's gonna need to get a top deck of Pheasantipity. If not, he's only gonna see like 4 cards the next turn with Dragon Ball's Recon Directive. Now opting to use the Buddy Poffin to fill the bench in case more Dragon Ball shenanigans thin down Dave's bench even further. So he opts to get a 1 Duskull using the Arven, hoping to get a very useful card in this situation. He gets the Picnic Basket and the Forest Healstone. Alright, so the strong thing with a Picnic Basket is if Matt uses the Phantom Dive and there is damage counters on the field, the Picnic Basket heals 30 HP from every Pokemon on the field. So if you split 3-3 on the bench, it's all gone. It's also a hint, just hinting Matthew like, what? Take out my Duskull. I dare you. I'm not scared of that. If you can do it. So he uses the Burning Darkness, he clears the field. Now he clears the Rotom, and now Dave is now back to 2 prizes. Matthew currently at 3. If he can get Dusknoir on this turn, the tides could change in an instant. But we'll see how that goes, because he can get a big knockout, but the problem is, can he get the 3 prizes for this turn? The strong thing, however, for the Dragon Ball deck is he can get easily big 4 prize turns, but if he does not have the right cards, he's just only going to Phantom Dive the Charizard and maybe kill the Dusclops, and you know, that brings him down, that brings Dave down to a very dangerous price trade, because if he's down to 2 prices, the Charizard is down, it hits for 300 damage. But thankfully for Matthew, the Defiance Band does not work, so he will not be taking a 330 big damage on that turn. Alright, so gets the 1 prize. The Phantom Dive, he hits the Charizard, he knocks out the Duskull, and now Dave using the Nest Ball to take any one Pokemon from the bench. So he opts to get the Forest Seal Stone, chooses to use the Forest Seal Stone, Star Alchemy. He gets the Thornton, and he uses the Thornton to change the Charmander into the Duskull. So if he gets 1 prize over here, it's game over, because if he brings the Matthew down to 1 prize, Charizard hits for 330 and that Dragapult is gone. So he uses the Night Stretcher just to bring the evolution, and he gets the knockout with the Burning Diner. So, you know, a change of fate, but a very nice comeback from Dave, getting him the win in the very first round of Swiss here at Punggol. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Southern Islands. Alright, we're back to the Southern Islands. We are watching the Ultra Ball League Swiss Round 2. Right now we're having Kelvin on the top half of the screen playing the Gardevoir EX. And we have Jiashun, who is still not in his seat, probably making his way to the chairs, playing the Dragapult EX. A very interesting matchup. One of the more common matchups you will probably see in this Ultra Ball League season, because the Gardevoir EX and Dragapult EX are the 2 of the 3 strongest, you could say, cards in this current meta. A very, very tough, you could say, matchup. They could swing either way, because both players could throw damage counters to the other side. So whoever set up the damage counter mechanism first could swing the match into their favor, because the Gardevoir normally plays up to 3 Monkey Dories with the Adrenaline Brain. They can move the damage counters thrown by the Gardevoir's Psychic Embrace back to the side of their opponents. And they could even use the Cresselia with the Moonglow Reverse to take damage counters and throw it to any Pokemon on the side of the Dragapult. And of course, once again, the Dragapult needs no introduction. Phantom Dive, 200 to the active, and 60, 6 damage counters to your opponent's side. The Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknoir Curse Blast line, which just throws a whole bunch of damage counters and gives the opponent 1 prize, which lets you take advantage of the counter catcher mechanic to let the opponent, bring out your opponent's Pokemon. So a very interesting, a very tough matchup. I would say probably one of the hardest matchups to always practice for, because it can swing very easily to the Dragapult's favor, but if the game drags long enough, Gardevoir can always swing everything back to its side. So honestly, the match can go either way. I'm very excited to see how this plays. Kelvin also one of the strongest Gardevoir players. I had the opportunity to play against him in a Great Ball League. It didn't really swing the game my way. He has very strong techs in his Gardevoir deck, some I've not even played myself. Jiashun, I'm not very sure. I'm not very well known about him, but Dragapult, a very strong choice in this matchup. Like I said, the Gardevoir, Dragapult, Lugia triangle, 3 of the strongest decks in this card format, can go either way. I'm excited to see which player brings out the shenanigans first. It can swing either way. It also depends what starting Pokemon both players are having, because the Gardevoir does not want routes in front, whereas it's okay for the Dragapult player to have a Drippy in front, but of course Dragapult will want to go second, use the Bedew Itchy Pollen to lock the Gardevoir player. But if they go first, they can also get the Dracloaks and Dragapults up by turn 2 and pull out Dragapult shenanigans. We don't know. We'll see once the players flip their cards. We're not sure who goes first, but again, I would feel like Jiashun will want to go first to get the Dragapult, the Dragapult up first. And Kelvin would easily want to get the evolution to evolve the routes to Gardevoir by his second turn. And if both players are ready, if players are not having like 500 mulligans, the game will start very, very shortly. And let's see how the game goes by. Alright. We start off with Kelvin going first. He gets the Cresselia. He uses the Ultra Ball to discard the Kirlia and the second Ultra Ball. Could be a risky move because I believe Gardevoir players usually only play about 2 to 3 Ultra Balls, so that's throwing all the Ultra Balls out very fast. But if Kelvin already has all the Pokemon in his hand, honestly, it's probably fine for him. He opts to get the routes in the first turn, checking through his deck and checking what his prizes are. Very important, the price check. Of course, putting the routes here means that he does not have a Buddy Puffin in hand, so could be a risky play, attaching the Dark Energy to the Cresselia and passing the turn to Jiashun using the Luminion's Luminous Sign on the first turn, which means not very positive hand right now for Jiashun, opting to get the Arven, the Buddy Puffin, getting the Dreepy and the Budew, and then opting to switch to the obviously the Rescue Bot, obviously so that he can get the Itchy Pollen to block Kelvin to drop more Pokemon the next turn. So Itchy Pollen onto the Cresselia, and then evolving the routes to the Kirlia using the Ino, and thankfully getting a second routes from the bench. He uses the Refinement, discard 1 Psychic Energy, gets the Munkidori. He has 1 Munkidori in the bench. He has a route, he has a Kirlia. Nothing else he can do for this turn. Now passing the turn back to Jiashun. Jiashun using the lens, getting 2 Dracloaks and 1 Dragapult. Now he's going with the Recon Directive, getting the second Recon Directive, filling his hand up with ideal cards that he can hit back with Dragapult in turns to come. Opting to attach the Fire Energy to the second Dracloak. A very nice spread of damage energies on the Dracloaks. 1 Fire to the one without the Rescue Board, and 1 Psychic on the one with the Rescue Board, putting a third Dreepy to the bench. And now Kelvin using the Research, he gets a second Killer to the bench, a second Munkidori, using the Refinement to discard the Buddy Puffin, gets the Psychic Energy, the Refinement discard. He gets 1 route into the bench using the Munkidori, Adrenaline, the 2 damage counter to the Dracloak with the Rescue Board, and now opting to pass once again, unfortunately, because he does not have the Gardevoir. And now Kelvin Jiashun using the Recon Directive. He gets a Dragapult with the first Recon Directive. He still has 1 more Recon Directive, and now he goes for the Crispin, which means the Dragapult is ready to hit with the Phantom Dive. Now, of course, getting 1 Fire and 1 Psychic Energy to the bench, attaching to the Dracloak, going for another Recon Directive. A very, very relatively big hand right now, but unfortunately for him, he's not going to be getting any bombs. Perhaps he might not even be using bombs in his deck. Now using the using the Budew to use Itchy Pollen once again. And now over here, Kelvin getting back the turn. He uses the Arven, he gets the Buddy Puffin, he gets the Evolution. Obviously, it means that he does not have a Gardevoir in hand, but hey, if the Evolution works, he gets a Gardevoir. Using the Refinement, he gets the Evolution, he attaches the Dark Energy, and now using the Evolution to evolve 1 Kirlia and 1 routes to a Kirlia and a Gardevoir. But he does not have any Kirlia in the deck, so unfortunately, that route is gonna wait unless, Jiashun hits with the Dragapult. He uses the Recon Directive with the first Dracloak without the energy cards. Uses the second Recon Directive with the 2 energies. He would definitely want to get a Dragapult onto the Dracloak, because if Kelvin gets the Screamtail, not very soon however, that Dracloak is going bye-bye. Obviously for Jiashun, he doesn't feel like getting the knockout on the Cresselia yet, or he might just choose to this turn, because he needs to start fighting back, because if he does not fight back, things could swing in a different way. Now he chooses to use the Itchy Pollen once again, and Kelvin using the Refinement, throwing the third Psychic Energy, I believe, into the discard pile. He attaches it with the Psychic Embrace to the Cresselia. Now using the Monkey Dory Adrenal Brain to knock out the Badoo. And now that forces Kelvin to put a Pokemon from his bench to the active spot. Alright, now he has the Cresselia. He uses the Cresselia, he moves the damage counter, he uses the Cresselia, he attaches the Psychic Energy. Now he has 6, he chooses a Turo. The Turo to move all, chooses a Turo to bring the Cresselia out. Now using the Adrenal Brain, now the Psychic Embrace to get the route in front, and now he clears the Dark Energy away. He gets I believe a 9 energy. He gets a knockout on that Dracloak. Very great gameplay right now. And now Xiaoxun, he's 2 prizes down. Puts the Facility back on the hand. He uses the Prime Catcher. He brings the Monkey Dory. He has a Lightning Energy attached to the Dracloak. Probably having a Thorns in the deck using the Recon Directive right now. Now he's down 2 prizes to 2-0. So Xiaoxun would really want to get back and knock out the Monkey Dory before Kelvin goes wild with the Gardevoir. This is the Facility. Flip the script. He draws 3 cards. Touches the Forest Seal Stone to the Luminion, and now he gets the Ultra Ball. He gets the Holucha with the Flying Entry, putting 1 damage counter on the Kirlia and the routes. Probably. He has to put, so what the Holucha does is if you attach it if you place it on the field from the hand, you can put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So very good for Dragon Ball to help clear all the routes, which has 70 HP right here. The Kirlia has about 90, so he'll need to hit it with a little bit more to knock out that the Kirlia. Now chooses to retreat the Dracloak. He uses the Phantom Dive to clear the Kirlia, and he clears the Monkey Dory. So now we're back to a 4-4 gameplay. And now Kelvin using the Arven, he puts the Gardevoir in the active. He gets the Night Stretcher and the Evolution. So he has 3 evolutions in his deck, probably not planning to use the evolution anytime soon. Evolves the Kirlia by rescuing with the Night Stretcher. Uses the Refinement, sends the card from his hand soon, probably, I guess. Using the Psychic Embrace to attach the Gardevoir with 2 damage counters. Currently has 2 energy, chooses to retreat. He puts the Cresselia in front. Cresselia right now having 0 damage counters. Choosing what is he planning to do right now, because he can actually knock out the Holucha, but he does not need to, but he could do it to bring up the price range a little bit faster for himself, and obviously to clear all the damage counters on his side, because if he has 0 damage counters, it's going to be really hard for Xiaoxun to hit back with the Phantom Dive because the Holucha is already in play. So he chooses to pass the turn back to Xiaoxun, surprisingly. Or he does it also because he wants to deny Xiaoxun from using the Counter Catcher to clear out his Monkey Dory or the Kirlia Draw Engine. A very smart play, actually. Now Xiaoxun using the Arven, he has a Drippy in the bench right now. He gets the Super Rod and the Defiance Vest, where if you're down in prizes, you take 40 less damage. A very strong, card that has been recently tagged in by one of the strong players of the Latin Americas, I believe. He looks through his hand, trying to see if the Super Rod is worth it, because if he gets Super Rod, he can save the Dracloaks and the energies he has lost thanks to the very tricky play of the Moonglow Reverse by the Cresselia. Now opting to do exactly just that, shuffling the Pokemon back into his deck. Right now using the Phantom Dive, clearing up the Cresselia from the active, and putting 6 damage counters on the Gardevoir and taking 1 prize. So right now, Xiaoxun is currently at 3 prizes, whereas Kelvin is currently at 4. Down to the prize trade, he gets the Super Rod, shuffling important Pokemon back into the deck. I believe the Cresselia and the Dark Energy for more monkey shenanigans. Now Kelvin using the Refinement to draw 2 more cards. He gets the Cresselia back immediately. A very, very timely and very lucky play right there. Now using the Earthen Vessel, discarding the Psychic Energy, and getting 1 Psychic and 1 Dark from his deck. Thinning the deck very much because thinning is winning in Pokemon. and he gets the energies into the hand. He attaches, I believe, attaching it to the Gardevoir, using Psychic Embrace to attach it one more from the discard pile, using the Monkey Dory's Mind Band to knock out the Dragcloak, and now probably using the Miracle Force to hit the Dragapult for 190, now with 220 damage from Dragapult. It's a pretty sticky situation for Jiaxun. He still might find a way to come back, but he attaches the Temple of Sinnoh to the active. It does nothing over here, but hey, if it thins cards, it's very useful for him. So now using the Serendipity to draw 3 cards into the hand, finding a way to see if he can get the knockout on Kelvin, but right now, he can't be using any counter catches because he's a hit in the price. But if he had a boss, things could be a lot more different. Now opting to use the Iron to see 4 more cards into the hand, attaching the Fire Energy to the Dreepy, and now using the Phantom Dive to hit 200 on the active Gardevoir and putting 6 on the Killia. Now it's back to Kelvin's turn. He might have found the finish already. Now opting to use the Arven probably. Trying to see what the right number is, because if the numbers are wrong, he can't get the knockout, but he might just be able to get the 3 prize turn to win. Now using it to get the ball, and now he's just using the Earthen Vessel to get 1 Psychic and 1 Dark Energy. Probably just enough to get the knockout perhaps. Now just looking through his discard pile. See what he has using the Refinement, and he pulls up the Mew EX, a very timely Mew EX, attaches the 3 energy using the Monkey Dory with the Mind Band, knocking out the Dreepy, and now using the Phantom Knife back on Jiaxun for the knockout. Very tricky mind-bending gameplay from Kelvin, getting him the victory in the second round of Swiss. Very strong gameplay because the Mew lets you use the genome hacking to copy your opponent's active Pokemon attacks, and obviously he's using the Phantom Dive to put the 20 damage and more importantly the 6 damage counters to the Dreepy to get the knockout.
Hi guys, welcome to the UBL round 3 at 1 Punggol. We have cash against Kato, cash on Lugia on top, Kato playing Raging Boat. Okay, the players are setting up. So for this matchup, I think he's kind of favored towards the Lugia because they play Legacy Energy with the Asaluna. Right now you can see Cash taking out his notebook, writing something. Hi everyone. Hi Cash, hi. Yeah, players are still waiting for the round to start. Didn't quite get to see their hand, not sure what's in their hand. So yeah, for this UBL is the largest one we had so far with over 300 over players. Quite insane to think about it, right? We have 300 like active players in Singapore. Yeah, so players are still waiting for the timer to start. Yeah, Kato has the Pikachu plush. Still waiting. Taking quite a long time for the round to start. Yeah. So yeah, so this format was to SV 8.5, right? So it's last chance for Lugia before rotation. Yeah, so I think Cash mentioned, oh okay, they're playing the plush right now. Yeah, Cash mentioned that he wanted to roll with Lugia for this last Ultra Ball League because like I mean Lugia is one of those decks that if you get everything set up, probably is the strongest deck in format. I mean Beyond will definitely agree. But the hard part is setting up the 2 Archeops. Still waiting for the round to start. Yeah, imagine how long they have to wait. This video is already sped up. Still waiting. That's very, very long. Yeah, sorry for the bad camera angle, guys, because I was playing on that day as well. So yeah, didn't have much time to do the setup. It's a bit slanted. Yeah. Okay, finally we are starting. Okay, Keto's going first. Open with the face. Place a tracking shoe. Discards the fighting energy. And passes his turn. Oh, what a brick. Okay, Cash's turn. Leads with the Lugia. Plays down a Luminion. Just checking his prizes. Probably taking a jug here, if I'm not wrong. Yep. Lumi for... Okay, he forgot to take the jug. Okay, he's thinking about it. Yeah, I think his hand has another Lugia, another Archeops, maybe? Yeah, okay, Cash, you need to take the... okay, I think he forgot to take the jug out of the deck. Excuse me. Yeah, so he Ultra Balls the 2 Archeops for the... for the Lugia V and Read the Wind. Okay, but he forgot to take the jug from the deck. Okay, that's I mean, Keto didn't catch it. Okay, Keto plays the Ultra, plays the Pokestop. Managed to get the Ultra Ball for... Let's see. His hand is pretty dead, so I'm not sure what can really help him. Yeah, probably, I don't know, okay, decides to go for the Tail Mask. Okay. Uses the ability, draw 1. Is he able to play the game? Nope. Deciding to attach the fighting to Ogopon. Nope, decides not to. Okay, there we go. Double Lugia Vista. Vistas for double Archeops. Okay, it's getting ridiculous. Uses the first. Sorry, I forgot the ability. Yeah, basically charging energies. Yeah, what Lugia does best. It puts the gift energy. Fast is like 210 HP, right? So this lets him take a knockout. Yeah, I think at this point it's very hard for Keto to come back because like all his attackers are 2 prizes, right? Yeah, but and what a terrible Pokestop. I mean, yeah, Keto at this point decides to play the switch card. Does he play the switch card? No, he's thinking about it. Oh, he's thinking about Prime Capture. I mean, okay, he primes up the fresh Lugia and looks like he's a Burst Roar turn. Yep, and uses Burst Roar to draw a fresh 6. Back to Cash turn. I mean, at this point, it's pretty straightforward. If he has he's gonna play the Great Ball first. Seeing if he has the... Yep, there we go. Blood Moon Asaluna. So yeah, here we go again, charging more energies on the board. Cash is thinking about retreating or no. Okay, decides to charge 2 more energies to Lugia. Does he have the balls? Oh yeah, yep, there we go. Lumi for the balls. Bosses order the Ogopon. Yeah, so this just ensures checkmate next turn, right? Because yeah, Blood Moon just knocks out. Oh, okay, we have a Bravery Charm, so that kind of changes things. Coridon, Pokegear. Do we get Sada? Okay, we finally get Sada. So Sada for... Okay, Sada attaches Fighting and Lightning. Draws 3. Okay, we got the Pokemon Catcher. I mean... Oh, okay. So he just uses 4 energy to knock out, right? Okay, does Cash have the... Let's see. Widear, right? Widear just... Yep. There we go. Widear closes up the game. There's a lot of energies. 2 more DT. Yep. Okay. Uses the give energy to retreat, and Wideer closes up the game. Yep. So just Lugia things, right? And a bit unfortunate that Kato bricked, but it is what it is. We are in best of 1. Yeah. See you guys next round.
Welcome back to another round of the Punggol Ultra Ball League, the last of the Ultra Ball League in Season 2. Thank you guys again for your support. It's a lot of work to get this recording set up, get our casters aligned so that we can do this for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching the Punggol video on demand so far. For this round, Swiss number 4, we have Tobias playing Dragapult EX going up against Mortal's Raging Bolt EX. Gonna be a good match. Raging Bolt gonna be aiming to take one-hit knockouts as far as possible. Dragapult spreading damage. Trying to, if you can, targeting the teal mask to take 2 prizes, because if you can put 1 damage counter using his attack, then you can go for the kill with knockout, with his 2 damage main attack. Not sure who's starting first here, but I see some decent cards in Tobias' hand. Both energy types are there. I see Dragapult as well. Not sure if he's playing the straight variant or with the bombs, the Duskull, Dusclops, Dusnor bombs variant. Once again, this is the last tournament in our previous standard format, pre-Journey Together. After this official tournament, we could say that the new standard format rotation has already come upon us, because there is no more official tournaments until, I believe, either end April or early May. Again, not so sure when that is gonna happen. Because I'm just waiting for tournament to start. I was there at the Punggol event. I think there were a couple of rounds where 1 or 2 players especially were hit with many mulligans, couldn't find a good start. So there's that. I can't remember which round was it. It possibly could have been here though. I think I saw an ace spec in Mortal's hand. Interesting though that Dragapult still remains as one of the top decks coming into the new format. Nothing much has changed. In fact, many of its enemies have left the format, so it's become even stronger than ever. Raging Bolt as well, but it's also being paired with what I've seen is that it's being paired with the Hood and Noctowl to give it more stability. In fact, I thought they were going to start and then they weren't going to start, and then here we go. So let's see. So it's Raging Bolt going first here. Nestball, Raging Bolt EX starting the turn. Oh yeah, round 4 as well. We got the Iris Fighting Spirit, the Journey Together supporter card as our entry promo for this Ultra Ball League. So Mortal just counting all his energy counts. Typical price checking your first turn. You get a little bit extra minute or 2 to look through your deck and figure out what has been priced. So that's the perfect card you want to start with, Raging the Ninja. It's Raging Bolt's key draw engine, actually in the very early turns, besides getting Sada to charge energy and draw 3 cards. Go discard 1 to draw 2. So by getting energy into discard power via Raging the Ninja, then you can combine that with Professor Sada's Vitality, which takes 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile and attach it to 2 of your ancient Pokemon. Ancient in this case will be Raging Bolt, and probably one of supporter Pokemon like Slitherwing. And here comes the Tail Mask, uses the Tail Dance ability to charge 1, draw 1, and then passes his turn. Dragapult also great start. 3 GPs and 1 Budew thanks to the Buddy Puffin. Got energy to retreat as well. Gonna buy himself some turns. Yep, here we go. That's it. So 10 damage, and now Mortal cannot use item cards. So that Pokegear, A lot of items there, he can't move at all. Not sure if he can do anything but pass here. But yeah, he had to pass. So Tobias is just going to go forward here, evolve his repeat the Juglock, hit one more, and then pass. So there is a Juggapult in hand though. Oh, he top decked into a Stardust Vitality and got an energy. So he can take a knockout this turn. And he's going to do that, take a knockout on the Budew, taking the first prize of the game. But just did buy himself one turn, which was just enough for him to get another Juglock out. Taking a Monkey Dory here this turn, or put the Buddy Puffin. He's getting the Buddy Puffin. Probably want to get another, not sure, get a fourth GP out this turn. Let's see if he is gonna do so. Here comes the Super Rod, gonna take back the Psychic Energy. Oh, he's gonna go for another Budew turn to buy himself another turn, I think. Maybe because he maybe doesn't have energy to retreat and attack at the same time. Tobias has to be careful though, because Mortal always has the chance to do a one-hit KO on his Juggapult EX, so his 200 damage attacks has to count. Your boss's orders on the Teal Mask to try and lock it up in the active, and then lock his items again. Now you got, wow, there's like a billion items in Mortal's hand. He can't move at all. Just forced to pass his turn once more, I think. Yep, he is forced passing his turn. So Tobias' turn again. Here comes the Jotlo's Recon Directive. Each one looking at the top two cards. Pick one to your hand, put one to the deck. Right, can just take his time to set up here with the Budew in the active spot. Comes the Arven play. Ooh, you even see a Klefki tech there. It's very cool. Wonder what it's gonna eye up here. Earthen Vessel to get some energy cards maybe, because the Budew retreats for free, and he's already put 10 damage on the Teal Mask, so the Juggapult can take a knockout on Mortal's Teal Mask Ogerpon. Another key engine of the Raging Bolt deck, in fact. Earthen Vessel taking the fire and the Psychic Energy. He only needs the fire here so that the Juggapult can attack without needing a Sparkling Crystal. Here we go, one energy. Oh, he's not going to attack this turn. He's going to buy himself another turn. Interesting. I think he's a bit concerned there with two energies, but yep, Mortal can't do anything at all. I think Tobias smells it that his opponent is completely stuck with like a billion items in his hand, so he's just going to use this time to steadily build up his board. He has a Monkey Dory ready. He can play the Arven now. Going to attach the Psychic Energy to the second Juglock, preparing for a backup Juggapult just in case. Here comes the Buddy Puffin play. It looks like it's going to be a miss, as in like there's nothing probably in the deck. You should be shuffling your deck though, because you still have to look through your deck even though you played Buddy Puffin. Here comes the Juggapult play. He's considering Iono here. Okay, he's going to go for the Iono play. Oh, careful, all the cards are falling down. Too many hand cards, Mortal. Get careful there. Okay, so bringing Mortal back down to 6 to 5 hand cards here, because he really knocked out the Budew earlier. Here comes Tobias, just got what exactly he wanted, a third Juglock, so he's ready. I think he might break the lock here and go for an attack now. Ultra Ball, finding the, yes, that's exactly what he needs, the Radiant Alakazam. Yep, it's gonna move damage, 1 damage counter, I think. Oh, even better. It's an even better play here. And now he's knocked out, after moving the 20 damage, he's knocked out the Raging Bolt as 240 HP. Mortal responds by getting the Night Searcher out. Got a Sada as well, but only one target. Here comes the Teal Mask, draw 1. Due to another Sada, not what you want to see. Pel Pack got to pick both Sadas back, I think. I don't believe that Mortal can attack this turn. Let's see what else he has in hand. I'm not sure if it's another energy to draw with Greninja to try and get some more cards. Make it an Earthen Vessel. Try and do another Teal Dance. I see another Teal Mask, but ooh, he has a Pokemon catcher. But he flipped tails, so nothing there. Looks like gonna pass the Greninja. Okay. Tobias has 2 recon directives here to search for something, a boss's orders maybe, to try and keep up the price trade. He's got taking the Iono from the first recon, and the second one maybe the Arven. He didn't need the Psychic Energy now, I think, or maybe he's considering to take the Psychic Energy to attach to the third Juglock. He's not. Oh, he did. I see the Psychic Energy in hand. looking for Ultra Ball play, not lands here. He's going for the Ultra Ball. Gonna take the Luminion. Luminion taking the boss. As I suspected, he's just gonna try and bum rush Mortal right now as much as he can. Yep, he's gonna boss the Teal Mask and go for a knockout here, I think. 200 damage. 200, and then he got 60 more. He's putting 40 on the Raging Bolt and 10 more. 10 on Greninja, 10 on Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. Tobias is in a good spot here. Even if Mortal manages to knock out this Dragapult EX, he should have... Okay, he's got an Iono play that might disrupt him a bit. Down to 2 cards. Not sure. He needs a Fire Energy and he needs a Dragapult to come back. Here comes the Lightning Energy. Oh, there is a Bravery Charm attached to the Raging Bolt. So the 200 is not going to take a knockout here. It's going to need a lot more than that. Unless that he plays some like random tool, the jamming tower to jam his tool card. Let's see. Another catcher. The dice is fell out roll again. Tails again. No luck here for Mortal. But he did get a Earthen Vessel. He can get some energy cards to his hand. Here comes the Grass Energy and a Lightning Energy. He got the Poke Gear. We get Sada, yep. Oh, he really needs a backup Raging Bull here so he can go for like a double, like Sada get at least one more target, but unfortunately no choice here. Just gonna discard 3 energy, will not be enough to knock out the Dragapult. So in Tobias' case, all he needs the boss's orders to win. Taking the Defiance Vest here. Ooh, no boss's orders in hand, I think. It's unfair. They're gonna play the lands here. He can get himself all the dragons from his deck. Since he's not gonna get the boss's orders anyway, I think just gonna take a knockout on this. Not knockout, but just hit 200 damage on this Raging Bolt. I would move the... Yeah, it's gonna go 200 and then 60 on the Teal Mask in the back. So now Mortal is on a countdown here. He has to try something and also pray that... here comes the Sandy Shocks that I was talking about. The other single price option for Raging Bolt, and then now he had 2 targets that he can attach Sada's Vitality to. Here comes for Serendipity as well. No knockouts, so he won't be able to draw 3 this turn. Not sure what Mortal's gonna try to do here. Maybe try to go for Sandy Shocks to attack instead, since but with 240 already on Raging Bolt, the 60 extra damage from Phantom Dive should take out the Raging Bolt. Plus there's also a Radiant Alakazam as well if there's not enough damage. I don't think there's a way out here for Mortal. Even he's thinking if there's a way out. I mean, just take if it was me, I was gonna take a knockout on this Dragapult and pray that he has nothing in hand. Again, of course, Mortal doesn't know what's in Tobias' hand. Tobias really doesn't have anything here. Doesn't have the Fire Energy. Doesn't have a Dragapult, but he doesn't have an unfair stamp, I think. So that might be a way out for him. Yep, he's gonna take the knockout here. It's just gonna pray. All in here. Just threw all his energy cards. Okay. Oh yeah, he drew into the Dragapult, which was enough. Just using the first deck would be enough to knock out the Raging Bolt. So congratulations to Tobias taking this Swiss 4 win. And I think we should put him at 4-0.
Okay, welcome to round 5 of the UBL at Punggol. Jeremy here once again. So we have a matchup of Kelvin on Galivore versus Muzamil on Terrapagos. I'm assuming Terrapagos Cloth, but we shall see. Yep, so Kelvin is just shuffling his deck. Okay, I think waiting for his opponent. Not very sure. Yep, so oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so think this matchup is quite favorable for Gardevoir as long as they don't get dong, right? As long as they manage to set up Gardevoir. Terrabagos can't really take a 1 KO on Gardevoir. 310 is pretty hard to reach. I think unless with black belt and the poison, right? Okay, so our players are now setting up. Okay, Kelvin's hand looks really good with a Buddy Puffin. I'm assuming he's going first, right? Because like he just decides to open in one Pokemon. Like if I know the matchup is Terrabagos or like Cough, and I'm going second, I'll definitely try to bench as many basics as I can, right, to avoid the dong. Yeah, I'm sure it's no surprise that I really love Gardevoir in the SV 8.5 format. Feels like Gardevoir has a lot of control over the games, right? Compared to something like Terrabagos. I mean, Dragapult also does the same thing, but I don't know, the matchup for Dragapult against Terrabagos is terrible. Okay, right now we are waiting for the players to start the game. Wonder who is going first though, because we didn't get to see. Yeah, like I said, but I'm assuming Kevin's going second unless he doesn't know that his opponent is playing Terrabagos Cloth, right? So he only chooses to bench one Pokemon. And somehow it's best of one, right? It's quite scary, this. I mean, thankfully this format. Oh, okay, Monkey Dory. He opens with Monkey Dory, the thing that cannot be dong, so hence opening one is fine. Looks like the Pagos player is going first. Plays a Heavy Ball. Nothing too important price, right? Only for the Brute Bonnet. Yeah, and Iron Bundle. Okay, decides to take the Iron Bundle instead of the Brute Bonnet. Yeah, opens with Badil. Does he have a Squawk? Let's see. Okay, benches a Terrabagos. Oh, even has the DT in the hand, okay. This puts a lot of pressure on the Gardevoir player. Oh, passes the turn. Okay, Kelvin's turn. Looks like his hand is okay. Amazing, right? Plays down routes, plays Buddy Puffin, just doing a quick neck check. I mean, at this point, you see Terrabagos with a Badil. Oh, okay, interesting. He still decides to go for the Clef Key. I don't know. Does he have the evolution in hand? Let's see. Plays down the Artisan for another route. Okay. Does he have an oven to go with it? Let's see. Okay, attaches second. Oh, attaches and just plays Iono. Okay, like for this, right? I would have preferred him to. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's talk about. Okay, plays the Heavy Ball. There's no basics in the prizes. Wait, might he take back the Heavy Ball back to the hand? It should be in the discard. Okay, for Kevin's last turn, right, we preferred him to, okay, he realizes the Heavy Ball. We preferred him to play the Iono first instead of Artisan, right? Because like you might Iono yourself into the third route anyway, then you can Artisan for another Pokemon. No much value. Okay, the Terrabagos turn gets the Iron Bundle. I mean, Iron Bundle doesn't work against Klefki. Let's see. He needs 30. He needs one more bench Pokemon, right, to take the knockout. Plays Chorus Tenacity. Okay, that's very interesting. Takes the Aerial Zero Depths, and I'm assuming double turbo, or maybe even the Dark Energy, right? Because these days they play Monkey Dory. Okay, chooses the double turbo energy. Okay, does he have enough bench Pokemon? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. So plays the Aerial Zero Depths and plays the Precious Trolley. I'm assuming Latios. Okay, he takes the Latios, Blue Bonnet, Petron. And the second Terrabagos. Petron here is a bit sus though. Fast. Because like, you know, the Klefki is not active in here, so in the last slot will be the Oranguru, right? That's the engine of the deck. Oh no, okay, he chooses to take Monkey Dory instead. Okay, very interesting. I'm not sure what his thought process is, but yeah. So this turn, he can attach the second DT to the second Terrapagos and take the knockout on the Klefki. Wait, you can't Iron Bundle. Yeah, Klefki blocks. Yeah, attaches double turbo, retreats Badu. Okay, takes the knockout on the Klefki. Back to Kevinson, promotes the Monkey Dory. Oh, top decks the Oven. Okay, that saves him. Gets Urban Vessel and the TM Evolution. The Vessels away the Psychic Energy. Gets 2 more Psychic Energy. Ultra Balls, the double Psychic Energy for Kalia. Chooses not to do Refinement. And just evos into double Kalia, right? I mean, I don't see a point in not using Refinement, right? Like, you can easily throw the Cresselia. Okay, Muzamil decides to play the Aimando. Oh, okay. Oranguru was in the hand all along. Plays switch card into Oranguru, uses Oranguru's ability. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? Because he has to clear up his bench, has to use the Iron Bundle. Maybe Kevin just wants to protect his Kalia, hence benching the Cresselia in anticipation for this play. Okay, so attaches the Ancient Booster Capsule to Rubonet. And okay, uses Terrapagos to just take a knockout. Okay, Kevinson just plays the Iono. Okay, like it's very interesting like that. He didn't take the Pharaoh's Stone to attach to the Oranguru. Okay, here we go, Refinement 1. Okay, has Secret Box in the hand. Does he have a way to find Gardevoir? I'm afraid not. Okay, Refinement 2. Oh, okay, gets the Gardevoir. He has 1 more Refinement left. Let's see. Urban Vessels, the Dark Energy for Psychic and another Dark. Another Psychic. Another Dark, okay. Chooses to play the Secret Box. Interesting. Like, why Secret Box is turned on? Let's see what he grabs. Okay. DM Devil, Nest Ball, and to roll. Place the Nest Ball for the Monkey Dory. Okay. Probably like a E-switch play is coming up. Yep. Attaches to the Monkey Dory, retreats. Second Embrace for 3 energy onto the Gardevoir, 60. Yeah, Adrenal Brain, 30 on the Terrapagos, another 30 on the Terrapagos. Miracle Force for the knockout. Okay. I don't mind this play, but given that I had the counter catcher in the hand, right, I would rather go for the Fez or the Lattes on the bench, right? And because number 1, I preserve my E-switch, and number 2, I'm removing like support of my opponent board, right? Yeah, even going for the Oranguru seems even better because he did not have the Pharaoh's Stone available to him. And yeah, here we go, Fast for 3. Yeah, there's no way the Terrapagos player can knock this fresh Gardevoir out, right? I mean, Terrapagos with full bench does 240 because of double turbo energy, right? Minus 20, 220. Even with Mochi, that's 260. There's no. Okay, here we go. The Hisuian, the Radiant is out. So even with the Radiant, is 290 at max. Yeah, he has to play a Kiran or something to get the knockout. This turn with the Mochi. Yeah, let's see what he decides to do. I mean, Badiou lock here is not bad because most Gardevoir plays only like one boss. Oh, okay, he retreats to the retreats Oranguru to the Pecharan and then poison. Oh, okay, like so. So he should have just poisoned first, right? I mean, anyway, this Petra is getting knocked out if he has no gust. Or maybe he wants the damage counter for the Monkey Dory to move. Okay. Gulliverson, like refinement, okay. Can't really counter catcher as well. Oh, okay, gets the Fluttermane, here we go. Second Embrace, 3 energies, Adrenaline healing the Gulliver, taking the knockout on the Badu. Not sure if I like that. I mean, the price we can take that price anytime we like, right? Okay, and uses Fluttermane to swing, takes the knock on the Pecharan, puts 20 damage counter on the Terrapagos. Yeah, at this point I think it's pretty hard for the Terrapagos to come back. Like, this is why Gulliver is like so strong, right? I mean, refinement just allows you to cycle through the deck so fast. Guess what you want. Okay, here we go. Majestic Cloth. Does he have... Nope, Fairs for 3. Does he have the DT boss? Thinking about it, has the Mochi, has a Luminion, pitches out Ursaluna, Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay, adjust the DT to Cloth, Mochi to the Terrapagos. Okay, Boss's Order. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, now you just die to, yep, there we go. The last turn was a bit funny, right? Because you want your opponent to play the Boss's Order if you use the one prizer to swing, but the problem is like the Cloth can't take the knockout. Can the Cloth take the knockout on 70? Yeah, 70 due to the Pecharan. Yeah, the Cloth can't take the knockout, but yeah, I mean, which is why Gulliver is so favored in the matchup. Okay, see you guys in the next round.
Alright, welcome back to the Southern Islands. We're watching the Ultra Ball League happening at 1 Punggol. We're watching Swiss round 6 right now. We're having Junlin playing the Dragapult on the top half of the screen. And on the bottom half, we have Henrik also playing the Dragapult EX. So we're having a Dragapult mirror right now. But are we going to see a true mirror, or are we going to see two different Dragapult styles in this matchup? Well, all we want to know is, if you tune in and watch all the way, you'll find out what's happening. Alright, my name is Ash. How are you guys doing today? Been watching 6 rounds of Swiss. Very tiring, you know. It's I believe it was an 8 rounds this event. I was playing it myself, didn't really do very well. But not about me, I was never even anywhere close to the top cut tables. But at Swiss round 6, if you're probably at a 6-2 or a 6-0 at this spot right now, you're more or less guaranteed for a top cut, because in this event I believe 7 1s and 8 0s were guaranteed, and 6-2 you must be very lucky to have very high resistance to make it to the top cut. Alright, so probably at this point in time, whoever wins this game would have secured the spot in the top 16, I believe. A very interesting match, hopefully a Dragapult mirror. Just be seeing phantom dives everywhere and anywhere we go. So right now we're seeing Henrik with the active one on the bench, and Junlin with a 1 active, probably maybe going second, because you know you don't really place Pokemon in the bench until you know when you start the game. Alright, so fist bumps all active. We're seeing what's happening right now. No one's flipping the cards, not yet. Anytime soon. The game's not started yet. Probably have someone once again with 5 mulligans or something like that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to see what's happening over here, because in a Dragapult mirror, the price range could swing so fast that even if you're at a price disadvantage, it might go your way. Alright, so now Junlin starting with the Serendipity, attaching 1 Psychic Energy to the 3P in the hand and passing it to Henrik. Henrik getting the Body Puffin, getting the Budew and the Duskull, attaching the rescue ball to the Duskull, attaching the Forest Seal Stone, and now using the Itchy Pollen to block Junlin from getting any items or using any items. Whereas Junlin attaching the Drippy, evolving into Dracloak, using the Recon Directive, and then uses the probably top decking the Luminion, using the Luminion sign to get the Lance. Very, very important right now because with an empty bench, he's not gonna be able to do anything. So, probably checking through his deck right now to see if he have enough Drippy, Dracloaks, and Dragapults. If he pries too many Drippies, it could be dangerous for him. But well, let's see what he plays over here. Ideally, right now, he may want to get at least 2 more Drippies because if Phantom Dive goes wild and the Duskull goes into a Dusknoir, he's going to need more. So, Junlin opting to get 2 Drippies and 1 Dracloak from the deck because obviously with the Budew Itchy Pollen, Buddy Puffin's not going to work, Ultra Ball's not going to work, Nest Ball is not going to work. Now opting to attach 1 Psychic Energy to the Drippy, and now Henrik evolving the Drippy to the Dracloak using the Iono, throwing Junlin's Dracloak, which he found with the Lance, back to the bottom of the deck. Now attaching 1 Fire Energy to the Dracloak, getting a Drippy using the Recon Directive, getting a second Drippy. Now he has 2 Drippies, 1 Dracloak, and now once again continuing on with the Itchy Pollen. So Junlin, having no choice, uses the Recon Directive, gets a card, evolves his Drippy into a Dracloak using the second Recon Directive. He actually already has a Dragapult in hand and now evolves the Dragapult. Now he gets the Latias to the bench. So now the Facility can retreat for free. So what we can learn right now is that Junlin is playing the Torch Star Dragapult and Henrik is playing the more traditional Bomb Dragapult. Now with the Phantom Dive, he clears Junlin's Budew and the Bomb, the Duskull. So we will not be seeing any Curse Blast action for Henrik this turn. He puts the Dracloak into the active. He gets the Lance first. Ideally, he want to get a 2 Dracloak and a Dragapult. He gets 1 Dracloak, he gets 1 Dragapult. Looking through the deck, hopefully he can find the third one. He does not, unfortunately. Probably means he prized 2 Dracloaks perhaps. So now he gets 2 Dragapults and 1 Dracloak. And now, Henrik using the first Recon Directive, he gets the Duskull, I believe. Probably not going to be very useful in this matchup right now because the Phantom Dive will clear the Duskull from Henrik's bench. Uses the second Recon Directive and now evolving the active Dracloak into a Dragapult. Now he just needs to get 1 more energy to get the whole game going. So now using the Ultra Ball, discarding the Dragapult and the Duskull. Probably trying to get something very, very important in this matchup. He gets the Facility, of course, because the Facilities Flip the Script gets Henrik 3 more cards because he lost a Pokemon in the previous turn by knockout. Now using the Flip the Script, getting 3 cards into the hand of Henrik. Now using the Star Alchemy, getting the very timely Sparkling Crystal, which lets a Terra Pokemon attack with 1 less energy. Now using the Phantom Dive, putting 60 on the Dragapult and putting 3 on 1 Dracloak and 3 on the Luminion. Now passing the turn back to Junlin using the Recon Directive, trying to get probably more Dracloaks and more Dragapults in the bench, because if Henrik hits the second Phantom Dive, that Dracloak is going goodbye. Now very timely getting another Lance, gets 2 Dracloaks, gets 1 Dragapult, probably thinning his deck of all Dragon Pokemon right now. Very, very good, very smart gameplay now. Junlin using the second Recon Directive from the Dracloak he just pulled out. Very, very strong gameplay showing right now by Junlin, and Henrik not too shabby himself, but unfortunately just not getting the cards that he really needs in this situation right now. Alright, he completes the Recon Directive, uses the attach the Forest Seal Stone on the Luminion. Now using the Forest Seal Stone Star Alchemy, getting a very important card from his hand, and what is he getting? He evolves the Dracloak into a Dragapult, and now using the Lost Vacuum, throwing away the very important Sparkling Crystal that Henry just pulled out from his very own Forest Seal Stone. And now using the Phantom Dive to hit 200 on the active Dragapult, putting 3 on the Dreepy and 3 on the Drag Cloak. Fortunately for him, it just means he cannot use the Defensive ability, obviously. So he uses the Arven to get 1 Earthen Vessel, which obviously gets him the energy to hit for the following turn. And now, obviously, again, a very standard gameplay on Dragapult, using the Earthen Vessel, discarding the Body Profit to get 1 Psychic and 1 Fire, attaching it to the active Dragapult because he really has no choice in this situation. Now using the Recon Directive, not sure if he got anything that he could really use in this situation. And now using the Night Stretcher to get the Dragapult into the hand, and he probably has to evolve that Dragcloak, because if he does not, that Dragcloak is going sayonara from the Phantom Dive. I'm still thinking if he should evolve it or not, trying to figure out the numbers to see how that works. Now using the Phantom Dive, knocking out the Dragcloak, putting 6 damage counters on the Dragapult in the bench. Unfortunately for Henrik though, that Dragapult is ready to punch and ready to fight. And you know, that Dragcloak in his bench is probably going sayonara. Junlin using the Facility now right now to draw 3 cards. And you know, the scary thing about it is that he has the Latias in the active, so he can retreat that Facility without wasting an energy card, and he can just keep going. But he uses the Holocha with the Flying Entry to put 2 damage counters, 1 on each of the Dreepy and the Dragcloaks, using the Turo and putting the Holocha once again to hit for 5/5, bringing the Dragapult for the Phantom Dive and taking 4 huge prizes, because it just gives enough 2 and 4 to get the knockout on both of them. Great gameplay by Junlin, getting him a very important 6-round victory.
Alright, here we go into round 7 of the Punggol Ultra Ball League. Once again, the last Ultra Ball League of Season 2. The third, actually. So the first was at Creator IA. Then we went to Novotel for the second one. Apologies again. We are having some trouble with that Ultra Ball League. So we probably will not be able to publish that tournament. But we do have the Punggol one though, and we are very excited to showcase this matchup in Swiss 7 between Kelvin and Joey Ho himself. So Joey, you may have seen him. I mean, he's been playing Pokemon for billions of years. I've been playing with him, against him in fact, since pre-COVID era. So it's good to see him still appearing at Pokemon tournaments. I mean, he did vote tails, but I'm not sure who asked for what though. So we're gonna see who will start this match. Both players will not have any mulligans, so it's going to be all good here. To wait for the games to start. Gardevoir, this is the last tournament that Kylia with refinement will be legal for play. The Kylia deck can discard 1 to draw 2. Not saying that the Gardevoir deck is dead without it though. We are seeing some Gardevoir variants popping up before Mega Gardevoir comes into the format. Shout out to Jeremy, who is trying to make Gardevoir work. Apparently he says it's much more straightforward because you don't have to play refinement anymore. It's just straight to Gardevoir and attack. Well, we will see for the upcoming Great Ball Leagues, yeah? And on the opposing side, we have Archaludon, a massive 300 HP stage 1 with an ability that allows you to attach 2 metal energy from a discard pile to any of your metal type Pokemon, which includes itself. So its attack itself, I believe there's 220 damage, and then the Archaludon does not have a fire type weakness anymore. Okay, again, I don't know if because I'm the one commentating, selected to commentate these rounds, like it's ready to start and then ends up not really happening. But anyway, yeah, Archaludon, 300 HP, 220 damage attack. It's gonna be good. And again, we're seeing as with my commentary on round 4, Radiant Greninja, again the key engine for this deck, getting metal energy into the discard pile so that Archaludon has energy targets to charge. Already got 2 metal energy in discard pile. Again, Radiant Greninja, you will be sorely missed in our current standard format. We really miss you. This is the kind of card that probably ends all our need a lot. Great start for Joey though. Double Nest Ball, getting a Metal Energy onto the Duraludon. So we will probably see a Duraludon and Archidon attack next turn. Kelvin, on the other hand, will probably need to get a bunch of vaults. Oh, he's already doing a deck check. And TM Evolution, probably. Not sure if he plays it, but it's likely because since he's going second, might as well go for that. Get 2 Kyolias out as well. I see as an energy card, it had a Darkness Energy. I'm not sure if it's an Arven or anything like that. Okay, it does have an Arven, so we are probably going to see the TM Evolution here. Here comes the Earthen Vessel, get energy to the hand and to the discard pile, and the TM Evolution. Yep, got 1 second energy to the discard pile. Both decks, in fact, like we're calling energy cards in the discard pile in some way. So attaching 1 energy to the Screamtail and evolving with TM Evolution tool cards. So 2 killers out on the board. Gardevoir is ready for turn 2. Joey's turn now. Okay, gear at the start, but miss. Nothing to take. Not sure what else is in his hand. See a Fazen. Don't see a way for him. Okay, he got energy ready. Not sure there's an Ultra Ball. Here comes a Scoop Up Cyclone. Oof! The fact they had to use it for the Greninja, but well, he got to attack with it. Thankfully, he got an Ultra Ball here, so Archidon is coming out. Joey's gonna start putting pressure on Kelvin, taking the first prize here. He has 3 energy ready, and the first attack. Kelvin's response, refinement to discard 1 and discard 1, draw 2. Doesn't have to be energy, you can discard any card to draw 2. Arven gave him the Earthen Vessel and the TM Devolution. And he's gonna discard it. I don't think he probably needs in this match, I think. It's a big tanky boy though, 300 HP. It's gonna be tough to take this down. Let's see. What is his plan? Here comes triple Kylia, so draw 2 again. No Gardevoir? Don't think I see a Gardevoir in hand. Oh, it's Ultra Ball though, so Gardevoir is coming out, but looks like he's forced to sacrifice the Darkness Energy that he'll want on a Monkey Dory instead. Monkey Dory works well in the Gardevoir deck because the Gardevoir attaches Psychic Energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon. For every Psychic Energy, you eat 2 damage counter, so 20 damage. And with combination with the Monkey Dory, you can move those, like with 1 Monkey Dory, 1 Darkness Energy, you can move 30 damage to your opponent's Pokemon from one of your Pokemon. Here comes the Screamtail. It's gonna come out and take a knockout on the bench Duraludon. So no backup attackers for Joey, but he's able to draw 3 and get another Duraludon out anyway. Getting the Vessel, discard the Reliant. I'm not sure how you pronounce them. I think that's how you pronounce it. Greninja discard 1, draw 2. The Reliant, if it was on the board, it will allow your evolution Pokemon to use their pre-evolution attacks. So here comes the Torton. Torton switching out the Fazen for the Duraludon. That means that it's not giving Kelvin the chance to take a free 2 prize there. That's the idea here. So another knockout. So we are now down Joey with 4 prizes left, Kelvin with 5 prizes left. I think Kelvin might still try to attack around the Duraludon, knowing that he's only going to be taking 1 prize each turn, because that Gardevoir is not going to get knocked out by the Duraludon. So he's going to use Counter Catcher to go around the fat Archaludon, and Iono to try and disrupt his hand. Unlike Kelvin, Joey only has Greninja as a draw option on the board, since he's already discarded the Fazen, unless he has a Stretcher in hand. So Super Rod here from Kelvin. To get away the Buddy Puffin. He's ready to discard the draw 2. His ace pack is the Secret Box. Discard 3 cards from your hand. You can find a tool, an item, a supporter, and a stadium card. Ooh, cool looking Monkey Dory here, the one with the Halloween option. Going for the Gardevoir to attack this turn, which means that it is Joey likely will not be taking a prize unless he's going to go around that Gardevoir instead. But hitting 220 on the Gardevoir is quite painful. And Kelvin also missed energy attachment with on the Monkey Dory, so most likely it's going to be one Monkey Dory next turn. Anyway, Black Belt's training has come up here. Black Belt's training adds 40 damage against an opponent's EX. Oh, and that's enough to take a knockout because the Gardevoir already has 60 damage on it via using the ability. So combined with the Archidor's 220 plus the Black Belt 260 attack, knocking out the Gardevoir EX. 260 plus 60. Here comes the Screamtail making a comeback. He does have 2 Kyria though. If his Stretcher can bring back the Gardevoir EX to his hand. See Arven. I see this the box as well. Yeah, with the Gardevoir having 310 HP, that was a quick and easy knockout. I think if that Archidor is a beast. And again, because Kelvin doesn't have Monkey Dory, it's making his life really tough here to try to get damage counters away from his Pokemon. Fluttermane added to hand. That's the Stretcher as we're talking about. Oh, okay. I was thinking whether Kevin is going to go for a confused play using Monkey Dory. Here's the Iono. Joey down to 2 cards now. Kelvin finally gets the Darkness Energy. I don't know if that's too little too late, but we will see. Ooh! Here comes an old school card, Cresselia. Been a while since we've seen this one. Cresselia can, because of the old way of moving damage counters away from your Pokemon. You still have to charge energy here. Can you go for more? Because the Screamtail does, I believe, 20 damage for every damage counter on itself. Okay, it's going to trap the Greninja and then try and go for a snipe attack on the Archaludon on the bench. Let's see how it goes here. Next ball from Joey. Bringing up the Duraludon. I think there's nothing else in his hand. He might have to pass here. At least he has a backup Archaludon though. There goes the Iron Bundle. Kelvin is forced to retreat. He sends up the Fluttermane and passes. So now here comes the... Like Kelvin is turning the game around here with that well-timed Iono play. Another Screamtail attack is incoming. Also going to move damage from the Kyria. Is he? Will he? I would. Yep. Here goes moving damage and going to take a knockout on the Archaludon. That Screamtail is doing a lot of work here for Kelvin to fight back. And a lot of 1 prizes be taken, so Kelvin is now down to 2 prizes. If he can keep this Greninja in the active spot and take out this Duraludon, he can win the game. He is in complete control now. The game has shifted momentum. It's all in Kelvin's hands here. Just needs to make sure he's putting the damage in the right spots. He's going for the 1 prize Duraludon instead. That means the Radiant Greninja is all he needs to win the game. I think Joey has nothing. He can't retreat this Radiant Greninja. I think it's over. Yeah, this is when, you know, there's nothing left because he's just digging into his discard pile, playing around. Gonna research and see what he gets here. Can he get out of this? Is there anything he can do to run away? Stretcher? Can we get the Fazan, I think? Or can we get the Metal Energy to retreat? Okay. Yes, retreat. Yep, retreat. And attack. Yeah. So does Kelvin have a response? The Gardevoir is incoming. Is that a vault? That's a vault. 2 energy attachment. Retreat. Oh! We're gonna see that. We're gonna see the Cresselia to win the match. Congratulations to Kelvin. Wow. It's been a while since we've seen a Cresselia attack. Congratulations. That should solidify his top cut spot.
Hi guys, welcome to Swiss 8 of the UBL. Yeah, this is the last Swiss round before top cut. We have Aaron on the top with Go playing against Xiangyu Iron Taunts. Okay, so on paper this matchup is really terrible for Go, right? Because I mean you can't use your ability to draw cards. So I'm not sure what A spec does the Iron Taunts run, because like if you play stem, you just let the Go take the first knockout. You stem him into 2, and I mean he has a very hard time drawing out of it because they don't really play draw supporters, right? They are playing like Cypher Maniac, etc, and they need I think 5 energies to take knockout on the Iron Taunts. Yeah, we shall see though how does the matchup go. Yeah, players are right now setting up. I believe Aaron is currently 7-0 while Xiangyu is 6-1 going into this round. Okay, now we have it, the mulligan. First mulligan. That's the problem with the Iron Taunts deck, right? Yeah, they need to play 4 Iron Taunts, so let's see how many mulligan will he get. First mulligan. Okay, second mulligan. Here we go. I'm also wondering who is going first, right? If Taunts go first, they get the first attachment. It's pretty good against this Go deck. Okay, I think they realized there's some upside down cards in the deck. So right now he's sorting it. Yeah, players, please note, all your deck has to be in the correct, like all in upright position, right? Okay, I didn't manage to see what A spec did he run. Okay, mulligan 2. Now, hopefully, no more mulligan. You won't want to give your opponent so many cards, right? Oh wait, I think there's still yep, still some cards are still upside down. Okay, it's so weird. Yeah, I mean, yeah, around, I mean, at the top tables, this shouldn't be happening. There we go, mulligan 3. Okay, so he plays Devil as well. Okay, still has no sign of the A spec though. Mulligan 4. How many mulligans will we get? I mean, that's 3-4 cards for your opponent. That's not a good thing. Mulligan 5. I think I saw the A spec. It seems to be a prime catcher. In that case, I think the matchup's pretty bad for Taunts. Okay, finally, after 5 mulligans, we have our game. Aaron draws 5. Okay, wow, that hand seems guess. Double Buddy Poffin. Yeah, let's see who gets to go first. Oh, it looks like Aaron is going first. Oh, it's even better. Double Buddy Poffin. Here we go. I think we get the whole squad here, right? Yeah, no reason not to get all 4. I mean, okay, the only reason not to get all 4 is like you only play 3 metal, I think. And yeah, imagine you get stuck in the active. Okay, retreats the Monkey Dory, passes the turn over. Back to the Taunts turn. He doesn't seem to have much going. He has a research, has a chorus tenacity. It chooses to play the chorus tenacity over the research. Okay. I mean, that's a very interesting decision. I mean, I would have definitely played the research to try to find one more bench Pokemon, right? Aaron just evolves, plays attach metal energy, plays the oven for the energy search pro, gets 5 energy. Yeah, and that's a dong. Yeah, like I mean, yeah, kind of funny from Xiangyu's side, right? I would have definitely played the research over there to try to stay in the game, even though it's a bad matchup. But yeah, I mean, getting Dong is always not fun. Okay, see you guys at top cut.
I have the absolute pleasure of walking you through the top 16 recorded match at the Punggol Ultra Ball League, the final one. It's gonna be Coco's Lugia going up against Ian's Lugia. Lugia v Lugia. What a way to send off this great deck in its final competitive tournament in our region. Ian will be starting this heading first, capturing Aroma Tails. Can get a basic Pokemon. Not sure if we'll find another Lugia, but he probably doesn't need to since going first. Eyeing the Iron Hands. A lot of energy in this hand. I think I see an Archeops, not really sure of that. The premise of the Lugia deck, since it's been released, it's been very simple. You need to get 2 Archeops in the discard pile, then you gotta use Lugia V-Star ability to bring those 2 Archeops onto the bench, and then for each Archeops you can search for 2 special energy to attach to any of your Pokemon. Going first will be the ideal here. Interesting that he's gonna set the Jet Energy onto the Iron Hands and bring that up. Mesagoza. It's a Tails. Might benefit Ian though. My personal opinion. When you play Mesagoza, your opponent is the one that usually like fares better here. So Coco going for turn 1 research. Not sure how many Archeops was in there. Here comes the capturing Aroma. It's a hit, so he's gonna find a evolution Pokemon instead. I think he would be more happier to get Tails to get the Lugia V onto the bench, but that can also get the Archeops here, so you can use that in conjunction with the Ultra Ball to get 1 Archeops to the discard pile. Yep, first deck search, just looking through to see what cards have been prized, what energy he will not have access to later into the game. But looking at both starting hands, looks like Coco probably has a little bit of a leg up here. Yeah, Ultra Ball, and let's see what he's going to choose this card. There's a Luminon in play here in hand as well, which is fantastic for next turn. Oof, discarding a double turbo energy. Not something you want to see. Here comes Coco's Iron Hands. Both players want to get their Iron Hands to try and knock out their opposing Lugia here, I think. Nothing for the Chinchino to do here. It can attack. Who knows though, that small damage might be... Oh! Ian flipped heads here. Here comes the Lugia V-Star. Oh, they need Archeops. He needs Archeops first. Yeah, too excited. He needs some Archeops into the discard pile first. And he flipped heads with Mesagoza. That's what you want to see. Exactly as I told you guys, right? As long as your opponent benefits from Mesagoza more than you. Always, for some funny reason. Can he discard the Archeops though? See, this is why I was wondering why he was so okay, he has a research. So he got 1 Archeops by through so many energy cards. Ouch! Can he get another Archeops though? It's already got 2. So the looks like we're going to see Iron Hands take the first 2 prizes here on Coco's Chinchino. Reminder again that the top cut events in our region for the Ultra Ball League especially are BO1 matches. So it's going to be whoever wins this will go straight into top 8. So the first Archeops now, find 2 of any special energy. It's going to be Legacy Energy, the Lugia's A spec of choice. It counts as every energy, and if the Pokemon is attached to gets knocked out, opponent take 1 less prize. So that basically makes the Iron Hands 1 prize instead. I think I'm going to go for gift as well here, but it's going to go for it's going for DT and Legacy. Then it's going to attach a Jet and gift to the benched Lugia V-Star, preparing for an attack next turn. So Ian will take the first 2 prizes here. Yes, no, yes. Are you going to take the first 2 prizes? Not sure what he's thinking about. Maybe he's considering to put another bench Pokemon down. Okay, just going to go for the attack. Maybe he's concerned that he doesn't have an Iono play. I would highly like consider putting a gift energy into the active Pokemon instead, in case Coco has something to take out this Iron Hands EX. The Lugia V-Star incoming here, thanks to a head swirl for V-Star. Does he have two? He also has two. So both players getting out Archeops on their turn 2. We're gonna see, looks like it's fully powered Lugia V-Stars here. No play stuck card, no play the card in the prize. Everything's working out smoothly here for both players. Right, let's go for a Lugia V-Star attack. Ooh, Legacy Energy on the Lugia V-Star. Ah, no, it's not. Okay. I thought there's some sort of like really fancy play incoming. Hand set give energy on the Iron Hands. And a knockout. Just as I was telling you guys earlier, that Minccino play. That was the key there. That 10 damage really helped, because 10 damage means that the Lugia V-Star, without DT of course, can knock out the Iron Hands in response. So Coco takes one prize card. The game has turned, because now Ian has lost access to that Legacy Energy. That means the Radiant Charizard will likely not play a part here unless he does play Luminous Energy. Okay, here comes the Mezagoza. Yeah, so Coco used his attack, used Lugia Vista's attack. The effect is he can discard a Stadium card, and now Ian just responds by playing down his Mezagoza from hand. He's considering what can he use to knock out this Lugia V-Star in response. There's a lot of hand cards in Ian's hand, so I guess he didn't really need the, since Coco didn't play Iron anyway, didn't really need the gift energy on the Iron Hands. Yeah, there's a lot of energy cards in the discard pile, man. It's gonna be tough. I'm not sure if you have enough to do anything, in fact, because that research was tough. I think he discarded like, he's really gonna go for Widear here. So Widear, if this Pokemon was moved to the active from the bench, you can move all energy cards, as many energy cards from any of your Pokemon, all to Widear V. The Widear V itself, the attack, it does 40 damage for every energy attached to this Pokemon. Energy, yeah. So the DT will count as 2, then minus 20 after that. So it will count as 6. It will count as 80, 60 each one of those DTs. There enough there? 60, 120, 60. I can't count. I'm not sure there's enough. 60, 120, 60, 4, 160. That should be enough, yeah. But Ian has put all his eggs onto Lumineon V here. So it's gonna be tough. If this Warrior V gets KO'd, and here comes the Blood Moon Ursaluna here, and that should be able to knock out the Warrior V in response. And I'm not sure if Ian has any energy left to come back. I mean, he has his own Blood Moon though. Yep, hits. Right, with Mezagoza? Okay, yeah. Hopefully with Mezagoza, Coco can take any Pokemon he wants from the deck. He's also using this time to look through his deck and see what energy he has in play. The Legacy play could be interesting. Again, that would skew Ian's price, because Ian has 2 prizes left, right? And Coco must, I think, take out this Widear V. But of course, Ian has a Bear in response, but I'm not sure if there's enough energy to charge onto the Bear. The Bear still will need some energy to attack, because if Coco takes 2 prizes, 3 prizes left, that means the Blood Moon still needs 2 energy to attack. Looks like he's eyeing the legacy here. I think he's thinking of putting the legacy on the Blood Moon. Skewing the price. Okay, he's going for the Iron Hands instead. Let's put energy on Iron Hands. Interesting. And doesn't have enough to KO the Wide Ear though. So here comes the Jet Energy. Because he has already taken 4 prizes, so the blue only needs 1 energy to attack. Okay, Ian's considering now. Does he actually have enough energy to attack with the bear? Or even any energy at all? I'm not sure how many energies he has left. Because now the bear needs 2 energy to attack. He has 1 in hand, I see. But I'm not sure there's anything left in the deck. Does he really have nothing left? Yeah, you need 2, man. Looks like Coco is helping to count the amount of energy he has in the deck, and I think he's run out. He has absolutely run out. That research early on has beat him hard here. Mezagoza is a hits. OMG! There's 1 energy, right? The minion play, okay. Minion got the, yes, he has a jet energy. Right, it's not enough. I think. Does he have yeah, 2 energy. Okay. So yeah, don't put that down. You gotta put a space for the Luminion, I think. Okay, he's gonna put it down anyway, alright. He has boss too. Oh, Coco with a fantastic putting the legacy energy on the Iron Hands saved his life. Wow. Now with both legacy energy gone, let's see what Coco can do here. He has 3 prizes left. If he can knock out this bear, I think that's it for Ian, I think, because there is no more energy left in his deck. What is the attacker he's going to use? Wide Ear in response? Gonna take a Chinchino. Alright. How is he gonna win this match? Give energy. Okay. Ultra Ball. Cutting Lugia. It's cutting the boss's orders. Okay. I wonder if he's considering an Iono play after this. But first he needs to try and knock out this bear. He wants Squawkabilly. Okay. Dominion. Grabbing Iono. Okay. He's gonna disrupt Ian's hand again to 1 card. Coco can attack with the bear to leave Ian's bear with 20 HP left. But it won't be attacked next turn. Coco's just taking energy charge to the benched Chinchino there. If Coco's disruption really hits hard and Ian is forced to just attack with the Blood Moon, I think it's over and Coco will win this match. Really a back and forth game here. I think this is what you really want to see on stream. Not sure what is that 1 card. Coco draws 3 cards from his Iono play. Rebbe attacks to 240. Yes. And Rebbe cannot attack next turn. Oh wow! He drew into a Professor Tool scenario. You can bring that bear back up to the hand, then send the if he has a Minchino can finish up the game. Let's see. So playing Chaos no energy. He can't attack as well. Hey, he can attack. Why doesn't he attack? Anyway, a jet energy play to retreat. Yep, that's it. Just hit it and knock out and take the last. What's he doing? Oh yeah, doesn't have enough yet because I forgot. 3 prizes. I got too excited. I'm the one that was excited for this for him. Yep, grabs the Chinchino to evolve the Minchino. But again, knocking out this Blood Moon would mean that it's quite over because I think Ian doesn't have any other energy left. What a comeback from Coco here. Really a back and forth match. We've seen like the momentum shift both sides of the both sides of the table here. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna look for him as it goes. Don't think he plays a stretcher to take the bear back. But I think he wish he did. He could grab Aluminium, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do with that. Thornton! Oh, there's a Thornton! That could really change things. But again, the bear will be attacking for free at this point. Yeah, here we go. Here comes the bear. Bear's gonna hit, I think. Just hit for 240 and then just pray at this point. Maybe don't attack and hopefully get a boss next turn. I don't know. Okay, he's gonna pass. Does Coco have everything? Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna attach double energy, retreat, and then go for the attack with Chinchilla and win the match, I think. That's for this game energy. Yeah, congratulations to Coco. What a back and forth and a great comeback once more. Congratulations to Coco. We will see him in the next round, I think.
Alright, welcome back to the Southern Islands. You're watching the Ultra Ball League happening at Punggol. We are watching the top 8 right now. Top 8, chance at glory, chance to win big prizes, and we have Coco on the top playing the Lugia V-Star deck. And on the bottom we have our good lovely Edmund playing the Gardevoir. Very strong matchup for both players. Whoever gets the big prizes can get big knockout, but the problem is Gardevoir really needs to get set up before the Lugia runs wild. So how will this play? I was not sure, so let's check it out. Obviously, if I was Coco right now, I'll be using Lugia, get the Lugia V-Star ASAP, get the Iron Hands to throw away all the routes before any Gardevoir comes into play. Whereas for Edmund, he really has to get the routes into the Gardevoir as soon as possible before the Iron Hands will go crazy. Because obviously either that or Coco could use the the Wellspring Ogerpon to kick multiple prize knockout on Edmund. So without further ado, let's just wait for the both players to start. And Edmund going first, he gets the Flutter Mane and he immediately passes, not getting a single route in the play. Which means it's basically turn 1 for Coco right now. Using the Nest Ball, probably either getting a second Lugia or a Squawkabilly, ideally a Squawkabilly in this situation, or he's already looking at the Iron Hands, because if he gets the Iron Hands and he runs wild, it's already game over for Edmund. Just now Coco just looking through his deck to see what is the best optimal play against Edmund in this situation. Now checking through his hand as well, ideally seeing the most ideal play, and he gets the Iron Hands straight away. And now very strong Nest Ball from Coco, gets the Iron Hands to the bench, shuffling his deck. And right now what Coco would love to do is thin his hand of all Archeops, get it out from the deck, throw it to the hands, uses the Jet Energy, he brings it down, and he throws I believe one Archeops with that. With the Professor's Research, gets a fresh new hand of 7. He throws away a Lugia V-Star, but probably playing about 3 to 4 Lugia V-Stars, so that should be fine. And now passing the turn back to Edmund. Edmund now using the Iono, probably not a very ideal hand from the start, so hoping to change his fortunes over here with the Iono. He gets a second Monkey Dory, he have Dark Energy, and unfortunately, still no routes at all. Now it's back to Coco's turn using the Capturing Aroma. He gets a, I'm not very sure if it's a hit or a tails, can't really see from this camera angle. He gets a hit, which means he got an Archeops. And now using a second Capturing Aroma. Second one, and is that a hit? I can't really tell. It's probably a hit. He gets a Lugia V-Star. And if he can throw away the Archeops in the hand, the Iron Hands can go crazy and take big prizes for knockout on Edmund right now. How is Edmund going to react to this? And now he uses the Professor's Retreat. He throws a big hand away, throws all the archives away, and it could just be an early sayonara for Edmund right now. And now, of course, Coco using the Summoning Star, he gets 2 of the Archeops, and now using the Primal Turbo to get 1 Legacy Energy to the Iron Hands. Using the second one to get 1 Gift and 1 Mist Energy. Just enough to hit for 120 to get the knockout on the Monkey Dory. And once again, just Coco checking through his deck, seeing how much energy he still has left in the deck. And he attaches 1 to the Lugia, I believe, by manual attach. Is that how it is? I'm not very sure right now. I can't really see from this gameplay. Now shoving through his deck and using the manual attach, he gets the MP very much, gets the knockout on the Monkey Dory. And now Edmund finally getting his first bite by the Puffin. Could be a bit too late, getting 2 routes on the bench. But unfortunately, the Iron Hands is probably gonna go away with that sticky, Iron Hands right in the active. And now opting to get a 1 Earthen Vessel and not a single evolution, it seems, because probably he has it in his hand, thankfully. And using discarding the evolution with the Earthen Vessel, and now using the second evolution from his hand to evolve both routes into a Kirlia. But should he have discarded the energy there? I mean, the second evolution, I'm not sure. What am I to say? Now passing the turn back to Coco, who can probably hit once again for 2 more prizes with the Ampu very much in this situation. But first, Coco is using the Primal Turbo to attach 2 Mist Energies onto the Lugia into the bench and shuffling through the deck. A very, very strong showing of Lugia actions right now by Coco. And using the boss's orders to bring out the Killia with the second Ampu very much. How is Edmund gonna come back from this situation? He uses the Refinement to throw 1 energy away. Gets the Evolution to evolve the Killia finally into the Gardevoir. And now using the Night Stretcher, opting to use the Night Stretcher. Not sure if he's using the Night Stretcher. Come on, Edmund, what are you doing? You gotta find a way to come back from this, right? Can you? Maybe? Or is it too late? Who knows? And now manually attaching the Dark Energy to the Gardevoir, using the Psychic Embrace to attach to him discard. Now using the Monkey Dory's Draenabrain to push 3 to the active Iron Hands. It hits for a Miracle Force for 190, bringing the Iron Hands HP down to 10. But if Coco gets a boss orders, it's already game over. And with a big hand, he uses 1 more boss orders to get the knockout. Either the Monkey Dory or the Fluttermane, doesn't really matter because it's a knockout. And Coco brings himself to the top 4 of the Ultra Ball League.
Hi guys, Jeremy here, and we have the top 4 of the Punggol UBL. We have Coco with Lugia versus Jasper on the Charizard. Yep, 1 last ride for Charizard and Lugia. Both these decks, I mean, after rotation, Zard is still around, but the deck is not as powerful as before because you lose Fenrotom, you lose Luminion. As for Lugia, yep, Archeops is being rotated. Lugia V itself is being rotated. I would say this matchup is pretty even, probably 50-50, right? If both sides know what they're doing. And I mean, as for every game in Pokemon, there's always variance, right? Yeah, I think it boils down to if the Lugia player is able to set up double Archeops with enough threats on the board before the Charizard can actually execute the game plan of taking 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, okay, here we go. Jasper is going first. Opens a Charmander, plays a Buddy Puffin for another Charmander at a PG. Just double checking his prizes. Yeah, interesting fact, Jasper is just still a senior, right? Okay, plays the Ultra Ball for gets rid of the Pidgeot and the Pidgeotto for Rotom. Interesting. Okay, Rotoms for 3. Okay, doesn't get anything good. Passes the turn over to Coco. Lugia plays a nest ball. Just checking his prizes as well. Eyeing up the Iron Hands. Probably getting a Lugia V here. Yeah, very interesting that Jasper didn't decide to take a Duskull. I mean, yeah, because like Duskull puts pressure on the Lugia player a lot. Yep, as expected, nest ball for the first Lugia V. Plays a jug naturally from the hand. Okay, there's a big gross. Gets double Archeops and Ultra Ball. Okay, here we go. Ultra Ball, double Archeops. Thing for another Lugia. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure how bad or how good his hand is. Maybe he can get the Lugia Vista. Yeah, Lugia Vista in the hand. I mean, this is telling Jasper, okay, do you want to Iono me? If not, you'll be playing against double Archeops next turn, right? Right from the get-go. I think it's okay. No energy attachment. Passes the turn back to Jasper. Jasper plays is that a okay Chorus Tenacity? Interesting for the Grand Tree. Okay, plays the Grand Tree for the PG Auto. Okay, we are getting set up right now. PG Autos for I think Quick Search for a Body Puffin. Takes a Duskull, just one Duskull. Okay. Rotos for 3. I think this is why he didn't opt to get the Duskull, right? And gets the second Charmeleon. I mean, second Charmander because he has the Charmeleon in hand. Okay, back to Coco's turn. Okay, evolves into Chinchino, evolves into Lugia Vista, Summoning Star, double Archeops. Okay, here we go. So, okay, attaches 2 energy to Chinchino. The question is, does he has Boss's Order in the hand? Okay, attaches 4 energy to Chinchino. Because if he does have Boss's Order in the hand, I think it's okay, there we go. Boss's Order for the Pidgeot. Takes the knockout on the Pidgeot. Backs to Jasper's turn. Promotes the Charmander. Okay. Plays a nest ball for the Fest. I think his head is not really good. Maybe Grand Tree or okay, chooses to Fest. Okay, from the way he's playing, I think the Dusclops might be priced, right? Because like there's no reason not to Grand Tree, not the Grand Tree here into the Dusknoir and blast the active, right? Okay, rare Candyzard. I mean, that's pretty lucky getting rare Candyzard off. Forced to hit the Chinchino with Give Energy. Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred him to play the counter catcher before the Iono, right? I mean, at this point, you have to high roll anyway. Okay, back to Coco's turn. Plays the nest ball. Gets the Gigas. Yeah, you see, because like now the Gigas. It's a thing, right? If you didn't manage to like, it's so hard from this board, right? Especially if the Dusclops is priced. Yeah, thing because if the previous turn the Dusclops was not priced, Jasper could have just like Grand Tree into the Dusknoir, activate Curse Blast to the active, counter catcher the Archeops Iono down to 3. And hope for the best for Zard, right, to swing, and that will put him at the prices to 3-4, right? Yeah, and okay, right now he just gets get killed by the Gigas with Give Energy. plays the fast, uses fast, gets the super rod. Okay, what's Jasper's best play here? I mean, I think at this point it's pretty hard because of the gift energy, right? Okay, I mean he's gonna try his best like Radiant Zard, right? Yep. I mean, hopefully he gets Radiant Zard. I mean, counter catcher Iono, maybe? Yeah, okay, flips the V-Star, gets the Thornton. Okay, plays the second Super Rod. Thornton's away the Rotom Grand Tree into Zard. Okay. But not disrupting the hand, like. I mean, your opponent has like 8 cards, right? And so, like, hitting into the Gigas feels so bad. Yeah, now your opponent just needs Boss's Order to win, right? Okay, capturing Aroma. Is that a hits or tails? We shall see. If it's a tails, it's game over. Okay, it's a hits. He gets evolution. Lugia Vista. Another catcher Aroma. Hits or tails. Tails gets Lumi, gets boss. Yep. Okay, just double checking if he has the required energy to attack. Legacy DT Boss's Order. Yep, for the fast, for the game. I mean, no doubt the Lugia they got turned to Arceus, but I felt that Jasper wasn't out of the game. There were many like smaller things he could have done better, I guess. Like I said, I'm not sure his hand though, and choosing to Thornton over the Iono or counter catcher kind of sus, to be honest. like anyway, you're gonna lose to Boss's Order anyway, right? Let me think. No, not really, because at that point your opponent already has attached 8 energies, right? And a DT on the Lugia doesn't knock out the fast. So yeah, that's something to consider, because I guess counter catching up the Arceus, or counter catching up the Lugia. In fact, counter catching up the Arceus seems to be the better play and swing with like Radiant Zard, right? And then yeah, we hope to go from there, because like the Gigas can't really take any knockouts on the bench. Yeah, okay, that's it for me, guys. See you guys in the finals.
What started as 300 players converging at Punggol 1 has come down to this. Coco once again with Lugia Vista taking on Junlin with Dragapult EX. Junlin is no slouch. I think this is his first finals, but he has top cut all the Ultra Ball leagues. Please check out the vlog of our coverage of the Punggol 1 Ultra Ball League. I did manage to speak to Junlin after this finals, so no spoilers, watch this finish, and then please do support us by watching the vlog as well. V-Star Marcus ready is going to be last time we'll be seeing V-Star Marcus. Last time we're going to be seeing Lugia Vista. Can Lugia Vista take the final Ultra Ball League, or will it be Dragapult that takes the championship? First place, both players already earned a Mew EX, so it's gonna be for points here for Worlds qualification. Here we go. Julian gets a Latias EX to start with. Coco has a Chinchino. And no Lugia V. Okay. There is a chance for Junlin here. He's gonna play boss and pass. Oh, that's a really bad hand as well. Oh gosh. Coco has a ultra ball. Gonna discard a Archeops. There's one discard pile. And really, a Lugia V-Star? Is the other hand cards really that good? Let's see. It's gonna be a oof, an energy card. You never want to see energy card discarded. Again, watch if you skipped over here, watch the top 60 and you can see how a Lugia V-Star player just get eaten alive because he lost most of his energy cards from an early research. Anyway, Lugia V coming out here. That's what Coco needs. Get a Lugia V out so they can get the Lugia V-Star. And only one Archeops in the discard pile though. So if we can get another one. Regigigas stuck in the active. Regigigas has like a lot of retreat calls, I think. I'm not sure, I think it's 4. But of course, Lugia plays Jet Energy, so there's a way to get out. Ooh, top deck lands. Alright, so here we go, Julin. Need to get all the GPs out here. All the GPs out. Are there no more GPs? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There are no more GPs. He's picked up all the Pokemon of his deck. So there are 3 GPs in the prize. Okay, this is why sometimes BO1 is, I don't know how else to put it but trash, okay? This is the finals of the Ultra Ball League and the Jungle Pool EX player is playing with a handicap of 3 GP in the prize. Okay, so here comes the Mezagoza. Oh, he's an Iono as well. Coco is in the driver's seat here. He gets a Lugia V-Star. He just needs to get one more Archeops into the discard pile. There's the Chinchino. Okay, if I was Coco, I saw that Junin only got out 1 GP via Lance. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to take it out as fast as I can. One Archeops, right? It's just gonna pass. I mean, it's already played a supporter for the turn. So at least Julian can get the GP into a drug lock. I mean, not sure if he plays Rare Candy. He really want to prefer it to be a Dragapult EX instead. It's gotta calm down here. There's the oven. So will he go for Rare Candy? Yep, he's gonna go for the Rare Candy and a Forward Seal Stone. Now at least there's one other way to search for cards here if we can get a Rotom V out. Discarding the yeah, there's need a Hawlucha for this match, I think. Nest Ball and the Hawlucha. So Ultra Ball will find any Pokemon he wants. Can get the Rotom V as a target out for Forward Seal Stone, but of course with his low HP, it is a prime 2 prizer for Coco. I think for Junin's case, he wants to try to take a prize as fast as possible, get another GP out from the prizes if he can. There's a tails flip, so no Mezagoza for Junlin. Rare Candy. Here comes the Dragapult EX. It's just gonna attack for 70. He doesn't have the 200. Oh, I thought it was a 2 Tsunami, but I was actually researched the whole time. I am so sorry if I made a mistake in the earlier round 16. V-Star for double Archeops. Okay, so everything he needs now. But his bench is already capped out. He can just charge all the energy onto the Chinchino here to try to go for KO. I think he already has 1 energy on it. He needs a Jet Energy in hand to try and retreat the... Oh, it's gonna go Reggie... Yeah, what am I thinking? Just use Regigigas, hit for 320. Bye-bye Dragapult. Yep, 4 energy is all you need. Don't attach the double turbo energy. Regigigas, the anti-EX... Anti-stage 2 EX here, anti-Dragapult. Junlin's boss's orders onto the Regigigas ended up backfiring after all. Couldn't take a knockout, so I guess that's it for Junlin because he doesn't have any more GPs. Right? Yeah. I think at this point it's just a struggle. He's gonna get the Radiant Alakazam out. He got the percent to draw 3 and an Iono play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the Luminion. They could have used the Force Seal Stone 4, but anyway, it's supposed to be played for the turn. It's gonna pass to a Radiant Alakazam. This is very, very sad to see. Julian is playing a Dragapult EX deck without Dragapult EX. His one and only GP has already been knocked out by the Regigigas. So I think the other aim now to try and get it back onto the board. But of course, Coco can just prepare in Iron Hands to try and take that prize. It's just going to charge the Chinchino now. I think in Coco's case, there's nothing to fear anymore. We got another research. Can just be liberal here, I think. The board is completely set up. It's just now all about taking knockout after knockout after knockout. I mean, ideally, taking a boss on the Fazan and knocking that out would have been the perfect play, but I guess he didn't have any bosses. Obviously, forced to play research. Yeah, this is the Mezagoza. Yeah, discarding all these cards. So in case he gets Iono, he won't be drawing into nonsense cards later into the game. Good way of thinning out your deck as well. Oh, if I was in it, I would be stressed as well. Can you imagine coming all the way, a third top card in a row, and you're finally in the finals, only to be hit by this nonsense? Yeah, so Vegeta is only hitting for 100 because that's not a EX, a Terra, sorry, not a Terra, Terra EX. I struggle to see what Juni can do here. Flip Mezagoza for Tails. I'm not sure if Coco sees it that, you know, Juni has no GP. Like, I mean, he could have lanced, if he did, he would have lanced 3 copies out earlier, but he couldn't. I don't think it's too early to say this, but I think it's going to be congratulations to Lugia. Lugia is going to win the final Ultra Ball League in its final legal Ultra Ball League in Singapore. Great way to say farewell to a very strong deck who has been evolving. Throughout the years, from playing amazing cards to this final form. Seeing Chinchino, Regigigas, all these cards, they were practically made for Lugia V-Star to shine. I think it looks like Junior's other play is going to use Fazan Deputy's attack, which does 100 damage. Maybe take a prize from there, try and get the GP out. I don't know how he's going to attach a 3 energy though. Anyway, here comes the Chinchino to take a knockout on this Latias here. They can take 2 more prizes. So what's the choice? One final Unfast them, maybe? So late here, the Budew coming on the hand. Here comes the Blood Moon. Looks like I may have spoken too soon. He doesn't need energy to attack, he just have one. And he can retreat the Fazan, so looks like that Chinchon's gonna get knocked out here. Yeah, attach. I mean, it's gotta be an attachment, yeah. And then Unfast them and pray as hard as you can, but I think there's a give energy, so that Unfast them is not gonna be as effective as Julian would want to. Coco will definitely be drawing again up to his max hand size, max of 7 cards, I think, with the give energy. They have draw 3 options, but nothing to use these options for. Oh, it's so tough this match. As it goes at Tails. Yep, 7 cards with the gift energy. He's gonna draw the 7 cards now. Oh my gosh, did Julian miss the GP? Oh wow. I have nothing to say. I think even if you got a GP, it'd be really, really tough. It will still be a mountain to climb. The fact that he didn't manage to get a GP from the prizes, I think that's basically nailed the coffin. That blood won't be able to attack next turn. The Iron Hands is fully charged. Blood boss's orders. That's it. Congratulations to Coco. What a way to end this stream. Again, very sad we couldn't give a better matchup, but that's how it goes in BO1. So until then, until season 3, see you guys for the next streams. And of course, please support us by subscribing, commenting on this video, sharing it, and do follow us as well on Facebook for all the updates. Once again, Nicholas here from the Southern Islands. Thank you so much for watching.